Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 replay cast. Today it's a 1 vs 1 on Twisted Meadows between our green orc player, IQ55, better known as Grubby, and on the left side of the map we have our yellow night elf player that consists of a whole bunch of numbers, better known as Sonik. So definitely a really good game. Two excellent players, and now we're going to speed this on up to the 8x mark and see how this goes. And at the 2-minute mark, we will slow it back down. The Demon Hunter for the Night Elf player, and I'm assuming it's going to be the Blade Master for Grubby, as that's pretty much the hero that he almost always goes. And now the Demon Hunter takes out the Knoll Camp there and gets the Gloves of Haste on the Demon Hunter. And fortunately, he got that before the Blade Master got there, because the Gloves of Haste, I would like to say that it's better on the Blade Master, just because the Blade Master, of course, has that critical strike. And the more hits you get in, of course, the more critical strikes you get in. And the more critical strikes you get in, the more winning you get in. Now has a Circle of Nobility from that Goblin Merchant camp. And also bought a Dust of Appearance. He bought that Dust of Appearance, I believe, to just simply take that away from the Night Elf player, and so that it couldn't be used against him. Also, he bought it for when nighttime comes around and archers shadow meld when they are low on health. And when they shadow meld, you just bust a Dust of Appearance, and that totally counters shadow meld, obviously. And 2 grunts out on the field for Grubby, moving towards the Night Elf base, and the Demon Hunter here scouting out Grubby's base a moment there, and you know, both sides moving back towards the Night Elf base here. A third Moonwell going up, going to that Tree of Ages, and is he even pumping out? He is pumping out Huntresses now. And that's going to be the first unit he will make so far. Moonwell will fall here. He will have to cancel that, and does cancel that. And is the Wisp going to dispel on that Blade Master? He doesn't have any mana to really dispel anyway, so I guess it wouldn't be worth it. And Blade Master in kind of a bit of trouble, but so is the Demon Hunter. And both damage on both of the players here. Blade Master very low and does not have Windwalk to really get out of there. So he pretty much just has to run around the back. He does have a healing salve, though, so he's healing up very quickly. He's trying to avoid that Demon Hunter, but can't quite get do that. And so now the Huntress there is blocking Grubby in the Night Elf base. And Shadow melded right there, unable to get out these grunts. He will have to Scroll of Town Portal out of here, but he sold his Scroll of Town Portal to buy that Circle of Nobility and the Dust of Appearance and of course the healing salves and such at the shop. So he may lose his Blade Master here. This is a very insanely interesting match right now. This is unbelievable. And if that Wisp detonates on the Blade Master, it will guarantee that Blade Master die. Because right now he is so low, 17 health. He's going to lose this Blade Master. And 9 health. He's going to pop that healing salve, but it just was not enough. I think he should have popped that healing salve a little bit earlier than that. Now these grunts are locked in the Night Elf base. They do not have the Dust of Appearance with them, so as soon as these Huntresses shadow meld, he's going to lose these units. And they're not going to be able to get out of it. This is absolutely genius from Sonik right now, blocking that in. I'm sure that wasn't necessarily intended, or he set it up specifically to block Grubby in, but it just so happened that way that he was in the base. Grubby did not have the mana to get out of there, and that shadow, and this is the only way out. So you just put a Huntress there and shadow meld it whenever it's in trouble, and you just simply cannot get out of the base. And so he's going to lose these 2 grunts. It's going to be massive experience for the Demon Hunter. And at the same time, I guess it's sort of holding the Demon Hunter back just a little bit, and he's not creeping right now, but I would like to be in Sonic's position right now over Grubby, as he did gain quite a bit of experience. Now he's level 2.5, whereas Grubby is only level 1, and he should have been creeping the whole time. Now another grunt will fall, and so that is a lot of funds lost for Grubby to lose all of these grunts like that. And now he's coming back towards the Night Elf base, and really got to watch what he's doing here. Can't really go in there. And I think he should just go out and creep, or do something else at the very least. Is going into the Night Elf base again would be suicide once again, and does not have enough mana for another Windwalk. Now 2 Ancient of Winds going up here. Looks like he's going after Druids of the Talon, which will Fairy Fire the Blade Master. Then he will no longer be able to, well, he'll still be able to Windwalk, but he will be visible during said Windwalk. And takes out that that Peg, stupid Peg. Who cares anyway, right? And level 1.5, halfway to level 2, and Demon Hunter nearly level 3. Now has a second hero out in the field. So Sonik is doing quite well right now. A Keeper of the Grove and a Demon Hunter and several Huntresses as well. And just now starting to produce Druids of the Talon. And of course that Adept training is coming soon. And Grubby massing Wind Riders at the moment, which could do the trick. That is definitely pretty clever. He's really pumping them out. Double Bestiaries right now. And gonna go after Brute Camp, or no, he decides against it. He could easily creep with those Wind Riders pretty well, but I think he's gonna try and get the surprise on his opponent. I think he's gonna go for that instead. Rock Golem Camp being creeped out by the Night Elf player here, and will fall shortly. What drops? Cloak of Selling and a Wand of Mana Stealing. And the Wand of Mana Stealing, I think, sells for, I believe it sells for 325 gold. Not really sure. I think somebody in the comments could probably confirm exactly how much they sell for, but it's quite a lot. So most players just end up selling those rather than using them, but they are pretty useful. And not so useful for a Demon Hunter, I suppose, because you already have Mana Burn. But then again, you could consider it very useful because you can Mana Burn somebody, then hit somebody with the Wand of Mana Stealing directly after and really decimate their mana supply. Druids of the Talon went in Talon form, if you will, bird form, and going after these Wind Riders, but hard to do. And the Druids of the Talon get wrecked up by Wind Riders pretty badly. And there goes the Huntress as well, all of them with unarmored. But now there's a Forest Troll Berserker out in the field and does huge damage, but just not enough. Now going after the Keeper of the Grove here, and there's 5 Wind Riders, and Keeper of the Grove is getting slammed, and he has 90 health. And the Huntress now going after the Troll Berserker, the main threat to these Wind Riders, along with the Druids of the Talon, of course. However, the Druids of the Town are unarmored, so they take incredible amounts of damage from these Wind Riders. And he's just really taking the Wind Riders, sending them on home with a healing salve. And now there goes a Scroll of Speed, and he is zooming away, and he's hitting up those Wind Riders with healing salves, and he's going to be going back to the Voodoo Lounge to get his own healing salve very shortly. And a Clarity Potion, I'd suspect. And no, deciding against that. I'm not going to really mana up. Perhaps he does not have the funds. He has 78, so he did have enough, I believe, but he is quite low, whereas the Night Elf player has nearly 200, and right now Grubby has about 200 and 700, nearly 700 lumber. So he has tons of lumber, just unused. Ancient of Wonders now coming for the Night Elf player. Gonna try and get an orb on his Demon Hunter, so his Demon Hunter can attack these Wind Riders. Now we have now we have Bat Riders out on the field here, and we'll see what he decides to do. He suicide into those Druids of the Talon as soon as they come out. But there is Fairy Fire now on these Wind Riders, so they're going to be taking an additional 22% damage from whatever source. Now going to go after these Wisps here, and that's going to be some experience. And for the Blade Master, where is the Blade Master? That's a good question. And all the way back at home there, and looks like he's gaining, I believe he's gaining experience all the way from this distance from those Wind Riders. And could go after that Huntress there. That Huntress is very weak, and the Wind Riders could easily take that out. And I think he's going to try and do that now. He's going after it, but the Huntress a little too quick. There is a Goblin Alchemist. The Alchemist attacks air units.
We're under attack! Work complete.
Level 3 Blade Master, nearly level 4, caught up very quickly. The Night Elf player with 3 heroes is going to level up very slowly now. And right now the Night Elf just really can't do much about this. He's going to try and get an orb on his Demon Hunter so he can attack those Wind Riders. And he does. He gets an Orb of Venom, and now going after those Wind Riders with that extra damage. Now the Keeper of the Grove, the Demon Hunter, and the Alchemist will be attacking those Wind Riders. Huntress falls. Oh my, I got a little caught up.
We're under attack.
And one Wind Rider nearly fell. And Alchemist attacking the air. Now the Demon Hunter can attack the air, and the Keeper of the Grove. And the Alchemist, just in case, I think a lot of people actually don't know that, the Alchemist can just naturally attack air units, as you can see. And there goes a Forest Troll. Berserker falls for the Night Elf player Sonik, and Druids of the Talon falling very quickly, all unarmored. That is a sort of a problem with Night Elf too, is that they have many unarmored units. Druids of the Talon, Dryads, Huntresses, all unarmored. And so they take insane amounts of damage from Wind Riders. So Night Elf is fairly susceptible to Wind Riders. Usually archers would probably be a decent bet against Wind Riders. Archers are a little bit slow though, but they have medium armor, so they do not take that additional damage. No, I believe actually our archers are unarmored as well, aren't they? But they take less damage. Oh my. And Wind Rider's really maxed up now. And there's so many Wind Riders on the field, and I'm surprised he's not upgrading these. Probably just doesn't have the money to do so. And go back to an observer there and see all the funds. He does not really. Could build the lumber and go ahead and the war mill, if you will, and upgrade the damage on them because they're doing so well. But I guess he really doesn't need to, as a lot of players really don't upgrade damage in Warcraft 3 anyway, just because it costs so much and it's sort of unnecessary. It's just simply not as good as games like StarCraft. And the Archer, no, does have medium armor. It has been quite a while, and I don't know why I said they had unarmored. I did say at first they had medium armor, then I'm like, no, they have unarmored armor. And no, it's medium armor. Oh my. And overview of the game units and heroes. Level 5 Blade Master to a level 3, 2, and 1. So it just goes to show if you get 3 heroes like that, then they're just not as strong as just 1 hero. But once time goes by, if it's sort of a longer game and you have 3 heroes and they all level up, of course it's better than 1 hero, and resources as well. And a very good replay indeed between Grubby and Sonik. And I hope you guys enjoyed the replay, and I'll see you guys next time.